Peace and divine love, everyone. My name is Keya Nyame-Ajè. I'm the founder of Mana Holistic Spiritual Wellness. For those of you that don't know me, how you doing? I actually just finished a coaching session with a client, a spiritual wellness life coaching session with a client. It was so profound that I wanted to share a few tidbits from that session. One of the things that we were discussing is getting clear on who you are and why you're here at this particular time, having this particular experience, really asking yourself the question of, why am I truly here? What am I here to accomplish? What am I here to do? Who am I? Your name is your identity, is how you identify, so that people can focus on who they're speaking to, or so that we know, trillions and trillions of people in this experience, to just know who's talking to you. So your name is like an identity, a marker per se, but that is not your essence. That's not who you are. Your soul, your experience is completely separate of the physical. We have physical responsibilities in, this physical experience that we're having, this human experience that we're having. But what about the soul part of self? What about that portion of you? Who are you really? Really sit with yourself. And as the master teacher KRS-One says, and I'm always referring to, have an interview with the energy that is within you. How do you know how to show up today if you don't even know who you are today? How do you know how to be if you're not even clear on your being? There was an experience where I was frustrated with someone because I was trying to inspire and motivate them into operating in their greatest self. Like, I see all of this greatness with them, these great gifts, all of these things. And I was getting agitated because they were just like resisting so hard. And when I ended the conversation with them and I was sitting with myself, and I was just like, I'm so frustrated, Spirit. Like, why won't they just operate in their gifts? Like, you've given them these second and third chances at life, and they're so special, and why won't they operate in their gifts? And Spirit said, well, in this particular situation, they are your mirror. What? They are your mirror. You have gifts that are untapped that you're not operating in for whatever reason that you choose, but you also have gifts that you're not moving in that I gave you. The ability to sing is a gift. Because if it were not, everyone would have a beautiful singing voice, and everyone does not. The ability to advise, the ability to love, to nurture, to care for, to teach, these are gifts from the divine. And we all have a responsibility within ourselves to be able to share in these gifts, to operate in these gifts. So it all goes back to, why here? Why me? Why now? Again, Master Teacher KRS-One. Listen to Remind Yourself by KRS-One. Why are you here in this moment? What are you here to do? What did your soul contract with your body to come into this experience together to create? You're not just their mother. You're not just their wife. We have no ownership of children. We have no ownership of spouses. We are all on an individual journey, choosing to share it with everyone else. And I also said to her, I said, I feel like a part of the issues that we have in this experience, especially when it comes to relationships, is that we're taught relationships should be 50-50. But in essence, what I'm telling you is, if you bring half of yourself, because 50% is half of 100% as far as we know. If you bring half of yourself and I bring half of myself, somehow that is supposed to magically create a whole. But two halves are only equal to two halves. Two wholes are what's equal to two wholes. So we have to fulfill the wholeness of self and bring that into every experience that we go into, and be willing to share that with the wholeness of someone else. It is not your job to complete me. It is not my job to complete you. None of us have the capacity to be everything for everyone. None of us. I don't care how great you are. We do not have the capacity to be everything for everyone else. My cat is having a field day upstairs. We do not have the capacity to be everything for everyone else. We just do not. So relieve yourself of the pressure of trying to fulfill incompletion in someone else. We want to go into an experience and expect someone else to be whole in the areas that we're voided in, and to bring that to us and give me all of your love, because I don't have enough for me. So I need you to create enough love within yourself for me and you, and I'm going to take what I need for me, even if I leave you depleted. Whew, there needs to be more questions like, who am I and why am I here? There needs to be more conversations with self and spirit. And people say, well, if you don't believe in the traditional God, then who is God to you? I feel that there is one entity, one God, one force of creation that created it all. And I feel that that one entity is then, what's the word I want to use? I feel that that one entity is then split into trillions of different entities to operate in whatever part that entity has committed to completing. We all have a job, right? And so that part, my little slither of that whole, is my God. That's my entity that I speak to, the one of it all. And so the highest version of me, or the God that is in control of me, the part that operates and flows through me, is who I'm speaking to, who I am affirming to, who I'm setting the intentions to. So we are all God. We are all operating as a representative of God. And that's why it is so important that we get clear on who we are, why we are, what we are, so that we can show up in the version of God that we have been assigned to. And so that we can all collectively bring that God energy together so that God can operate as the whole. Okay? That's for who it's for. If it's not for you, eat the meat, spit out the bones. Okay? If you don't know what that means either, figure it out. But if it's for you, it will resonate. If it's not yet for you, leave it on the table for who it is for. Okay? I pray that this has blessed you the way that it did me. I can't wait to be done with my clients today, y'all, but I just can't wait to sit in the energy of this conversation and really delve deeper. Something so powerful to me is having the ability to be able to sit within myself and go within my own mind and have my own experience without having to share that with anyone else or having to have enough for anyone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's enough for me to just be able to sit in that space and to become better within myself and freer within myself, because I am every day chiseling away at these societal constructs, and I am going back into the awakening of who I am within my God self, and removing I guess that layer of this physical experience. The physical experience for me doesn't get to take the lead anymore. The spiritual part does, and the physical part can work in conjunction with that in order to achieve what we're here to do. But yeah, just really waking up from that sleep state and moving into that spiritual awakening of being the greatest version of my God self. So again, I pray this has been beneficial for whoever it's for. And if you want to go deeper with me, you want to start coaching with me, or a reading, or energy healing session, whatever, check me out at www.m as in Mary, A as in Apple, N as in Nancy, A as in Apple, holistics.com. Peace and love.